Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is standing by comments he made about shelter beds always being available. But our reporting finds that's not always the case. Welcome to The 4. I'm Heather Myers.
And I'm Kirsten Holmes in for Carlo Chiquetto. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedall joins us live from downtown from City Hall with more on what the mayor had to say today. Hey, Kelly.
That's right. Well, the mayor maintains that there are shelter beds available and more beds are coming. But what we found in following two unhoused individuals who were trying to get shelter beds is that they couldn't get one. Now, we were there as they stood outside the Homelessness Response Center for hours, only to be turned away. I asked Mayor Todd Gloria about that today. Here's what he said.
I've seen some of that reporting. These are individual circumstances, and it's difficult to know from the outside, just based on the limited reporting that was provided, what those individual circumstances are. What I would tell you is you can look at the city's dashboard for our shelter system. You can see on any given day, we do have some beds available. Not always a lot. On certain days, it's very few. There are a lot of challenges on all sides where this is concerned. But the truth is that we continue to rapidly expand the amount of shelter beds that we have in our city, and my expectation is that they get used.
And the mayor says, though it is never the case, however, that across the system, and that includes the 20th and B Street safe sleeping sites, safe parking, and congregate and non-congregate shelters, that all beds are taken. He says that just doesn't happen. He says the city uses something called a coordinated entry process. So he says you can't just show up at a shelter and be accommodated. He says they ask people to go through housing navigators and caseworkers so that they have housing with services to address the underlying causes of homelessness. He points out sometimes people may turn down certain beds if it's a top bunk or if they want a senior-only option. Now, the two people CBS 8 spoke to eventually did find a place to stay, but through non-city-run shelters. Both found them through private organizations. Meanwhile, the mayor was also asked to respond to recent criticism made by local NBA legend Bill Walton about his handling of the homelessness crisis.
I don't pay a lot of attention to critics and criticism. I get the job done, and we're not mission accomplished, far from. But this mayor comes to this building every damn day working my butt off to make sure that we can get more people off the streets.
And according to the San Diego Housing Commission, as of this morning, there were 28 shelter beds available. Now, I should point out that another safe sleeping site is about to open, Balboa Park, the old parking lot, and that could house up to 800 individuals. Heather and Kirsten.
Kelly, you mentioned that the mayor says you can't just show up at a shelter and then immediately get a bed. You have to go through a caseworker and then be entered into the system first. So where does someone go to find a caseworker? How do they make that connection?
Well, the mayor says that, the police department has their homeless outreach team, that the Downtown San Diego Partnership has an outreach team, and that they can sometimes connect people with these caseworkers. But I was also wondering, where does someone physically go if they want to get in touch with a caseworker? And I was told that Homelessness Response Center, which is where the two individuals that we profiled went to, and were turned away. So this is a topic that CBS 8 is going to continue to follow. We're going to continue to tell the stories of unhoused individuals who may be experiencing challenges trying to find these shelter beds.
Kelly Hessedall reporting. Thank you so much, Kelly, for that live report.